Hello everyone and welcome to Salford and Manchester Gaming Haven.
Sorry, we're not doing that.
We're here again and we're doing another top video. Last time we did top 5, this time and going forward we're going to be doing top 3s. Number 3, I have Tokaido Namiji. This is a new game. It's not an expansion to Tokaido. It is a new game.
Hang on, have you followed the rules, John?
I have followed the rules. It is a new game from the designer Antoine Boza and Namiji, which is the artist. Same production team as Tokaido.
Does it bolt onto the side of Tokaido in a sort of expansion?
It does not. There is no connection to Tokaido other than the fact that it uses the same movement mechanic, i.e. the one at the back gets to move next. Yeah. So potentially, you can go as far as you want up to a pontoon, in this case, rather than restaurant, because it's all set on the sea. So basically, you're all fishermen moving around the Japanese islands, and you're stopping at these various points and doing various actions. So, for instance, instead of panoramas like you had in Tokaido, you'll be whale watching, and you build up a picture of a whale as you go. Don't mock it, because a lot of people love Tokaido. It's just had a 10th anniversary edition. Or is it 5th?
If it plays for 60 to 90 minutes, I will play it.
He's playing it, yeah. But the artwork's lovely. White artwork with the Nayade, is the name of the artist who does the very sort of like watercolour kind of brushstroke artwork. So that's my number 3, Tokaido Namiji.
So my number 3 is a new one by Fantasy Flight Games, and it's Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle Earth. So it's got along the same sort of lines as The Descent and Imperial Assault, using an art, Mansions of Madness, Lord of the Rings. Everyone loves Lord of the Rings. So, and the good thing is you can be the characters that you like in Lord of the Rings. So, for instance, you could be Legolas, but then once you've got Legolas, you can assign a class to him. So you might be Legolas, who's a musician in this one, or Legolas, who's a hunter. When you take your character, you get a set of character cards, and then when you take the class, you shuffle them all together to make this unique character deck. You have a big map where the app generates this map, and you obviously wander around the map doing various things. But then when it comes to fighting, you go into like another part of the game, which is like you might go into a tavern or a dungeon where you actually the combat take place. So you can it's just like any legacy game, because it's not a single game. It's 60 to 120 minutes per session. Yeah. All the fighting in the game, called the combat, is card based. But I won't have to wait very long, because April it's due out soon. So hopefully by the end of April it will be available to give a go. So that's my number 3.
Like it.
Okay, Steve.
Okay, my number 3 is also an adventure type game. It's called Adventure Games. And it's coming in 2019 is what's quoted. When that is probably 2020. Playing 1 to 4 players and 75-minute sessions. So it's like an exit type game, but it's more story driven, and you get 3 chapters of 75 minutes within the game. So it's a lot of puzzle solving, but again more storyline. So it just looks interesting. Looks like an interesting twist on the exit game, the unlock game, and it just looks like it's going to be fun.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Cool, that sounds cool.
Stefan.
I'm going to make John the odd one out, because my number 3 is also like an adventure type game. So it's Middara, which is a choose your own adventure co-op dungeon crawler with what's being sold as a unique dice mechanic for combat. I don't know what makes it unique yet, because they've not given any details, but looks good. You can play a solo with an app, or you can play with an app, and it's co-op. Choose your own adventure, so that means there's plenty of replayability, and it's
Cool. Right, number 2 for me. Well, has any of you here wanted to be a scruffy looking nerve herder?
yes, always.
Yes, always.
In 1981, yes, I did.
Right, well, of course, you can be a scruffy looking nerve herder playing Star Wars Outer Rim, the new board game from Fantasy Flight. It's basically, you're playing as what everybody's always wanted to play as, the smugglers, the scoundrels, the bounty hunters,
Never
Boba Fett, Han Solo, Lando, Jyn Erso from Rogue One.
Can you be Greedo?
No, there's still some more characters to be announced.
Expansion-tastic.
But essentially, it's like an arc of the planets that sort of slot together, so plenty of room for expanding, extra planets along the outer rim. You've got to be the first to collect 10 fame, becoming the infamous smuggler. All the characters have personal goals. Even the ships that you have goals.
As in to keep them out in a specific way, or
yeah, you have to do a specific thing with them, or get to a specific location, or do a certain number of things. It's going to be quite long, I believe, 3 hours base game.
That's what Firefly's like.
But we're looking again at Q2 2019, so imminently.
Right.
sounds good.
Okay. So there's more to be revealed about it, more characters and so on, but sounds like it's good.
Anything Star Wars, it gets my vote. So.
Well, yep.
Oh, damn it. Okay, so my number 2, I was making fun of John's choices before, but my number 2 is called Barrage, and it's, in terms of, a barrage is like a dam, but it can regulate the amount of water that goes through the dam.
Oh, this sounds like a great
Oh, right. Okay, it's a Euro, worker placement.
I'm in.
Okay, resource management.
I'm in.
Think along the lines of you can ban your gallerist. It's quite heavy, but once you know how it all works, it makes sense and it's quite neat. Okay, you're building up your own hydroelectric power systems to generate as much electricity as possible. You have your own board that unlocks rewards as you place things on the main map to improve the logistics. So basically, you're trying to get water that's constantly coming down on the board into your own power plants and power systems. You can, if someone's doing really well, you can maybe divert water away from their power system. So there's a bit of take that, may not take that, but a little bit of, if someone's running away with it, you can do things to stop them. Resources as well. There's a wheel in there. I want to call it a rondelle to get you even more excited. Okay. That's due. That one is actually a kickstarted one, and it was due April.
Okay, my next game. Have you ever wanted to play Mysterium?
Yes.
Have you ever wanted to play a
Probably.
social deduction game?
Always.
Have you ever felt the need to merge the two?
Very much.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Because the game coming out in September,
Long wait.
is Obscurio. 2 to 8 players. Family weight, 40-minute playtime.
Oh.
This is what we want. So basically, the sorcerer is out to get you, but there's a person who is helping you navigate through his lair.
Right.
And he's using cards, dream cards, perhaps a bit like a Mysterium.
Wow.
So what you do is you'll place cards down. It's a cooperative game, but
One of you,
as he says, is a traitor.
Oh.
So you are trying to throw the others off the scene. But the weird thing about this, or the better thing about this, is you have a card, and normally in Mysterium you have no idea what you're looking at. So it could be the colour, it could be that little thing in the corner that the ghost has spotted, and you're looking at it. This is red, but that's a spider.
Yeah.
But here you can use arrows to point at the particular area of the card you want people to look at.
Okay.
So, and obviously, if you're the traitor, you're going to go, look at this spider. Not that red bit there.
Try and throw people off the
So,
scent.
and that's basically the idea of the game. So it's a semi-cooperative, apart from Adam, who will be
the bad guy.
Yeah,
hopefully.
So there you go. That's Obscurio, September 2018.
Wow, can I change my list? That sounds really good. It actually sounds really good. My number 2 is, you guys can all switch off for like 2 minutes, because my number 2 is Adeptus Titanicus Horus Heresy Doom of Molech. So Adeptus Titanicus is already out and is basically Titan-based game. Titans are like 200 meter tall robots. Knights are slightly smaller. So it's essentially just an adaptation of that into playing with knights. So if you like Adeptus Titanicus, it's going to be a bit. That's it.
Well, it's not an expansion.
No.
All right. Okay. I was just checking because usually
I knew that was coming. That question.
Right. Right. So number 1, and my number 1 has already been mentioned. Have you ever wanted to mess with Sauron's ring?
Yeah, always.
Well, I have. I'm sure many of us have. Of course, I'm talking about Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle Earth.
Yes.
The same as Adam. Yes.
Oh my God.
I had Q2 2019, which is what it says on the official site at the moment.
Oh.
What did you say?
April.
April. Well,
It's Q2.
it is Q2. Culmination of everything they've done so far with the app-based stuff, with Descent, Imperial Assault, Manchester Madness particularly. It looks very much like that, including some of the tokens. Branching paths. And there seems to be a lot of content. I like the fact that the journey map, where it gives you the layout of the tiles, which is like the overview of the area, and then you zoom in into, say, a tavern or a cavern or anything with riding with a cavern.
Yeah.
And the decks of cards, 14 cards, you can upgrade them through the game. You've got your basic cards, which are general sort of cards. You've got rolls unique to the characters. You've got items that can be upgraded. You've got unique class cards and your choice on the classes that you take, like Adam mentioned.
Yeah.
Right, Adam.
Okay, so good choice by the way, John. Well done.
Yeah,
So I'm going to stick with that same sort of theme because I think I'm trying to find the next Gloomhaven, but this time I'm going to go to Celtic and Celtic mythology and mixed with Arthurian legends. And I'm talking about Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. Okay.
Is it Dream?
It is.
Tainted Grail.
This has got big buzz.
No, it has got a lot of buzz. This one, 1 to 2 hours per game. It's a legacy game again, solo or co-op adventure experience. So the world itself is created using tarot cards. Think along the lines of Seventh Continent, where you put them out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. With a slight difference, you can explore each location. So, and then you flip it over, and it'll reveal something. And then there's a journal that goes alongside the game. So that location then corresponds to something inside the journal. It gives you a little bit more narrative based on that particular thing that you're looking at there. There is a little bit of a deck building element in terms of your character's combat. You have a combat deck and a diplomacy deck. So you can add extra cards to both of those decks, depending on which specialism you want to go down. The monsters have a range that you can kill them. So say they've got 5 health. You might have to hit a range of 5 to 8. And if you do too much damage, the monster's just going to flee, and you're not going to get any rewards, and you've probably maybe got hit a couple of times. So you can't just smash out your best combos and do an amazing sequencing and destroy everything. You have to really think about the right cards to play at the right time. So you're balancing the cards that you're playing.
Okay. Steve.
Okay, so it's essentially Terraforming
Hold
Mars.
on, have they given it a name yet? Or
It's all Mars.
He's right.
I looked at this actually. I thought it was going to be on my list, but I didn't put it because it's a Kickstarter, so it might never happen.
So yeah, but the fact that it's set on Mars is probably going to be a good indicator it's going to make it.
I've seen some good posts about it. Yeah.
So it's essentially Terraforming Mars. You're building farm generators, mines. But everyone has their own secret agenda, so there's a little bit of screwage, it looks like there, potentially. Worker placement, which you can never go wrong with. Engine building.
Can you not?
No, you cannot.
No?
Okay, so, and this area control, which isn't really my cup of tea, these guys tend to like area control for some reason. Yeah, so you're looking at the gallerist, you're looking at Kanban.
Kanban was that high.
I think it's up there.
It's over 4.
Was it Kanban? Right.
Yeah, so it's in that ballpark of good, chunky, meaty Euro games. So, and for those can be hit and miss for me.
Yeah.
So it's potentially a good miss, but because of the theming, I think it's going to hit. So that's the reason.
Yeah, you can't beat Mars, can you?
Anticipated game, exactly.
Yeah.
So my number 1 is UBoot, the game.
Is what?
UBoot, you might know it as UBoot.
Oh, right.
I'll pronounce it correctly.
Okay.
UBoot, underwater boat, the game. So a little bit like Captain Sonar, but not a little bit like.
Well, it's like an overly elaborate version of Captain Sonar.
Yeah.
But it is essentially a simulator, isn't it?
It's a simulator game. I sort of noticed it. I basically put this list together in about 25 minutes. I noticed it and I thought, ooh, because Adam had actually talked about it. You'd seen this at Expo, hadn't you? And your description of it really intrigued me, which is kind of a app-driven, but also kind of a really involved version of
chaotic.
A little bit chaotic, which I like.
With the app, because someone is a navigator.
Yeah.
You look at the periscope.
Yeah.
and you get the phone like that, and you're essentially looking with the phone as if that is the periscope.
Yeah. There's a murder mystery game like that, isn't there, where you're looking at the room with the clues?
Yes,
Chronicles
Chronicles of
Yeah.
Crime. Okay, so everybody happy with those?
Yeah.
Right, well thanks everybody for watching. Help spread the word by liking and subscribing.
And comment.
And buying
Feel free to
Also comment, don't buy Finca, don't do that. Thank you everybody, see you soon.